Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan with another Fallout 76 Scary Places. But before we get into that, if you love Bethesda, Fallout, the Elder Scrolls, and even Starfield, and you're not subscribed yet to the KingFanMan channel, why not? That's all I talk about here, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to look in Ohio, so this is going to be in the new update, Burning Springs, and this is supposed to be the most haunted school in all of the world. It is Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. Athens, Ohio is one of the major towns included in the upcoming Fallout 76 update, Burning Springs. As soon as you get to town, you will see an Athens sign together with a Hocking University sign with a stern warning to stay out. Now, just as in Fallout 76, Athens, Ohio is a college town. Everything revolves around the school. However, there is one problem. There is no such school as Hocking University. There is one named Hocking College, but it's not in Athens. It's in a neighboring town 20 miles away. The main college in Athens, Ohio is Ohio University. The in-game college looks just like Ohio University and has the exact same statue out front. Ohio University is known as the Harvard on the Hocking, referencing the Hocking River close by. Whatever the reason, they changed the name. But the more you look around town, the more you will find clues that this in-game school is definitely based on the real Ohio University. Ohio University is not only the oldest university in the state of Ohio, it is the oldest university in the United States. It traces its history all the way back to 1787 and the Northwest Ordinance. This federal legislation prioritized education in the newly formed territory, stating that religion, morality, and knowledge is necessary for good government and the happiness of mankind. So, schools and the means of education shall forever be encouraged. However, to really understand all that goes on today at Ohio University, we need to go even further back. Back before Ohio was a state, this land held a different name. This beautiful land was the home of the Adena, the Hopewell, and the Shawnee. Their legacy wasn't in buildings made of stone, instead earth-made, intricate ceremonial burial mounds scattered across the landscape. The Adena were the first in the area to build these mounds as early as 800 BC. Then later the Hopewell followed suit. The mounds were true feats of engineering, sacred sites where they honored their dead and even performed strange and sometimes cruel rituals. But as the European settlers arrived in the late 1700s, they brought with them a different vision for the land. Many of these sacred mounds were plowed under to make way for roads and farmland. It was on this very land with a deep and bloody history Ohio University was founded in 1804 and opened up to students in 1808. One of the future dorms built at Ohio University is thought to be sitting right on top of one of these plowed under burial mounds. This is just the first reason why this school may be considered the most haunted school in all the world. As the area around the university began to be bought up, new buildings rose, and so did another darkness just across the road. In 1874, the imposing red brick structure of the Athens Lunatic Asylum opened its doors on a hill known as the Ridges. Also built on the foundation of native trauma, the asylum added yet another layer of immense human suffering to the area's tragic history. What began with the promise of modern compassionate care soon devolved into a chamber of horrors. Overcrowding, neglect, and shocking medical procedures became commonplace. Dr. Walter Freeman, a pioneer of the lobotomy, brought his brutal practices to the Ridges, sometimes performing more than 20 procedures a day. By the asylum's closure in 1993, thousands of patients had died within its walls. In fact, over 2,000 are buried on its very grounds. forgotten graves with only numbers on the headstones. Their names have been forgotten with time. As Ohio University expanded, it acquired the Asylum property, and the line between the campus and Asylum blurred completely. The past not buried, it was simply absorbed. The former Asylum buildings are now used for academic rooms, administrative offices, and the school's auditorium. How would you like to go to school in a former asylum? The humble beginnings of the school in 1808, with only 3 students and 1 professor, has now blossomed into a major university with over 5,000 students and 300 professors. It is ranked in the top 25 schools in the United States every year for nursing, along with its communication and business programs as well. The university boasts a long list of notable alumni, many who have made significant impacts in media and entertainment. Paul Newman, Arsenio Hall, and Ed O'Neill, just to mention a few. Ohio University has also been named the top party school in the United States, due largely to its annual block party at Halloween. It attracts thousands of revelers. It is held on Block Street, the city's main thoroughfare, and features live music and thousands of people in costume. The block parties began in 1974 when partiers halted traffic on Court Street in uptown Athens for 2 hours on Halloween night. In 1977, the Athens City Council passed a resolution closing Court Street and allowing an official Halloween celebration. The Halloween block party has been growing and going strong ever since. The monsters, ghouls, and ghosts who crowd the streets every Halloween are supposedly not all costumes and fun at Ohio University. The veil between worlds is thin, sometimes, and in some places, almost transparent. The tragic histories at this place has reportedly created a vortex of paranormal activity, from the desecrated mounds of the Adena and Hopewell people to the tragic lives and deaths at the Ridges and the 5 cemeteries that literally surround the campus. Strangely, these 5 cemeteries are said to make a pentagram on a map when their 5 points are connected. And it just so happens that Wilson Hall, reported to be one of the most haunted places on campus, sits right in the center of that pentagram. The most famous report in Wilson Hall centers around room 428. In the early 1970s, a female student residing in room 428 was said to be practicing occult rituals and seances in that room. It is said she died inside room 428 while attempting to astral travel, which is an attempt to separate one's spirit from their body and move around in spirit form. After her death, later residents of room 428 reported experiencing poltergeist activity, with objects in the room moving on their own and even being thrown or flying across the room. They also experienced disembodied voices and loud banging with no apparent explanation. The paranormal activity in room 428 got so frequent and so intense, the school administration ordered the room sealed and to never be assigned to another student again. With the sealing of room 428, the school thought they would end the paranormal activity, but in the years since, the entire 4th floor of Wilson Hall has had countless reports of paranormal and creepy activity. Unexplained loud noises, reports of loud footsteps in the hall when no one is there, doors and even windows opening and closing on their own. Wilson Hall has also been plagued with electrical problems, lights turning on and off, flickering uncontrollably. The administration have had the dorm completely rewired, but the problems with the lights are still reported to this day. Some residents have reported far worse things than flickering lights or noises. Numerous reports of shadow figures have been seen, especially on the 4th floor, and many students have asked to be relocated due to immense feelings of dread and being watched while living there. The activity is so widespread and well known that the Fox TV series The Scariest Places on Earth came and did an entire episode on Wilson Hall. The strange activity is not exclusive to Wilson Hall. Another very famous ghost story stems from a former patient at the asylum who disappeared in 1978. Margaret Schilling was missing for over a month until her body was found in a closed-off part of the building. It is said her body lay on the floor for so long it left a permanent stain that can still be seen today. There were widespread rumors she had been murdered, but no suspect was ever found. Margaret is said to still roam the halls of the old asylum that is now part of the school. The old asylum, much like Wilson Hall, has had numerous reports of strange activity through the years, and given the asylum's long and dark history, it's not surprising. Disembodied cries and voices, and even partial and full apparitions have been seen both inside and outside the old asylum buildings. Outside, they are seen in the courtyard and especially near the graveyards. The Ohio University Police Department has its offices inside the old asylum complex. Multiple officers have reported extremely unnerving experiences. It's a daily reminder that even law and order are no match for the lingering residents of this place. Jefferson Hall also has strange activity. One thing that has been reported multiple times through the years is the claim from residents on the top floor of Jefferson Hall of hearing what sounds like hundreds of marbles being dropped on the floor above them. But there's a problem. There is no floor above them. The administration and maintenance have looked into these claims many times, but no reason for the strange noises have ever been found. The strange happenings at Ohio University have been going on since its very beginning. Even in the late 1800s, students and teachers alike claimed to hear and see strange things all around campus. Many of them believed that the activity was due to the school sitting right on top of a native Adena and Hopewell burial mound. What could be going on in this place that year after year students, teachers, workers around campus, and even the police officers all report the same bizarre activity? Many will scoff, but you stay here until night falls, when the true residents of Ohio University stir. The whispers and noises begin again, drifting from sealed doors and echoing down empty halls. Are these really echoes from the past? A mosaic of sorrow and pain burned into the very fabric of this school? Whatever it is, maybe it speaks to the truth that all our stories never truly end. And when this short life is over, more adventure awaits.